Alright, so what I've done is I've powered up the CP4 and I've waited for about a minute, and I see that the CP4 LED is solid red, which means the Wi-Fi is initialized and ready for me to connect. So what I'll do now is open up the Wi-Fi selector and select the CP4's hotspot and connect to it. So you see the CP4 instance, and that's mine. That's my particular one with the serial number. So the password for that, like I was mentioning, is a combination of your serial number appended with some hard-coded string like admin12345. So it's there in your manual. So once you have connected over Wi-Fi, what you do now is you start up Sky Safari, and Sky Safari in my case I have 6 and 7, so 7 is what I'm using now. So I'll open up 7, Sky Safari Pro. The first thing you want to do is go into menu, go to settings, and scroll down all the way, and you'll see a section for telescope. So click on the presets section. You can see the IP address I have in my existing setup. It's 172.31.01. So I'm going to go into that section and show you the other values that I have. Click on edit. See, it's an equatorial, go to Astro-Physics, and then click on top right, next. IP address is 172.31.0.1. Port number is 23. Click next. Then I have the option to set the telescope time and location automatically. That's convenient, especially if you're portable. You want the time to be automatically entered, and even the lat long to be automatically entered. And I believe the Sky Safari also has the option to automatically figure out if your daylight savings time or not. So all that is taken care of automatically. So when you are starting off, you would obviously not have the Astrophysics section already. So the way you would add that is, the bottom right is the add preset. So click on that. So you want to select, it's not under any of the other sections right now, it's only under the other section. It's not an ASCOM, Indie, Sky-Fi. So go into the other section, and inside that, select the equatorial go-to, the mount type at the top, and then the scope type, which is the bottom half of the screen. Select the Astrophysics GTO. Once you have done that, you go click on the top right, see the next button, the blue one. You go to the next screen. So here you enter the IP address that we just saw on the previous screen, the 172 dot something, and then the port number was 23. So enter those values on this page, and then click on the next button on the top right. And the name, you can specify it in case you have multiple CP4s. You can give this the name. And then I would suggest you use the telescope time and location, which you want to do this so you can make sure it's synchronized. And for folks using ASI Air, note that the time for ASI Air is picked up from your phone. So in this case, your phone time and location are going to be the source of truth for both the Sky Safari and the CP4, and also for the ASI Air. So it all ends up working out nicely. So anyways, yeah, and also, even if you're not using ASI Air, this is for a visual setup, you anyway need to specify a time and location. You might as well just have this option on, and then you click on the save preset option, and yeah, there you have it. You have those two options, one of them with the correct IP address, the other was an example IP address. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the one that is the incorrect one, and now I have just the correct one. Then go back, exit the settings. So once you have the settings all configured, next thing is you want to now properly actually initialize the mount. So remember, you're already connected to the CP4. That's the Wi-Fi hotspot that we connected to. So you have the network visible for the network has both the devices visible to each other. So it's just a matter of connecting them now. So click on the scope button, the bottom, the second last icon, scope. And then when you click connect, you're actually trying to make the initialization call, and it'll suggest the initialization options as appropriate. Like if you have already initialized the mount, it doesn't show the screen. But in this case, given I have not initialized the mount yet, it produces the list of options. Like you can either unpark from the current position, which is something you might want to do if you have a permanent mount setup, so that you can use the settings and alignment information from the previous night, or you can choose an explicit position 3 or 4. This will be useful if you're setting up on a daily basis. If you're a portable setup, you would want to do you want to unpark from a known position like position 3 or position 4. In my case, since I have it in park 3, I'm going to do the second option. And there we go, it's connecting. And it's at Polaris. So once the mount has been initialized like this, you can then just drag the screen around, select an object, click go to. So in this case, let's do go job. I just clicked on that star. I'm going to click on the go to button at the bottom left. I'm going to touch on the go to. So the scope is now slewing in the right direction, and it's settled. So if you have an eyepiece, if you're visual, or if you have an ASA Air with a camera attached, you can use that screen to make sure that if you're using ASA Air, you probably will be using another either an iPad or another iOS device, because remember your Sky Safari is now connected to the CP4. But in any case, you would use one of your mechanisms to make sure the star is centered, and then you can click on align. It will prompt you whether you want to align on that star. I'm going to just click on align. So now the mount is properly initialized. This has the time, the location, the latitude and the time zone, and also how the park position, as you saw, you selected that during the initialization. So everything is set to go now. You can at this point connect your ASA Air over USB and control it. And once you're done for the night, you can come back to Sky Safari and park the mount. It's not really required if you're a portable imager. You can tear it down. The next day when you're setting it up, you can again select to unpark it from an explicit park 3 position. So this should help the mount not get lost and prevent any accidents. Hope this was useful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.